guys. Hello everyone. Good evening. How are you all? Good evening everyone. My name is Afreen Azmat and I welcome you all to today's session. So today we are going to discuss a very important and actually the most tough unit of the complete IEIFS, the toughest unit of the complete IEIFS, and that is the theories of interest, which is unit 15. Okay, so I'm going to discuss some of the important part for this. Okay, rest we are going to discuss completely in the foundation batch 2.0, right? So let's start discussing. Very first thing, introduction. What is interest? If we talk about what is interest, okay, so interest is payment made by the borrower for the use of a sum of money for a period of time. It is one of the four types of income other than being rent, wage, and profit. So, if we talk about the three important thing, there is three four types of income. There are four types of income, which is rent, wages, profit, and there is interest. These are the four type of income. So interest is defined as what? Interest is defined as the payment which is made by the borrower for the use of any or sum of money for a period of time. So if you are using any sum of money for a particular period of time, then it is known as what? And you are paid for that. Okay, so it is known as interest. For example, bank is giving you a loan, you are using bank's money as a borrower, right? And as a borrower, you are giving payment for that. Okay, so the payment which are made by the borrower for the use of the money, that is known as the interest. Now there are three elements that can be distinguished in interest. First is payment for the risk involved in making the loan. So interest is what? Interest is actually the payment with in for the risk that is involved in the loan. Maybe you are a fraud, you can run away with the money. So bank is taking, or anyone while lending you the money, taking a certain risk. And if he or she is taking the risk, or if the bank is taking the risk, obviously for this risk they need to be paid. So interest, first of all, is that money which is actually a payment for the risk that is involved in the process of lending. Second, payment for the trouble involved. So while giving you the loan, obviously there are a lot of trouble that is involved for loans, right? So payment is for the, that is also the interest. Third, pure interest, which is the payment for the use of money. Okay, now difference in the rate of interest on different loan made during the same period of time must therefore be the difference in the risk or trouble involved. Thus the rate of interest charged by the money lender on unsecured loan will be higher than the rate of interest charged by the bank on to the customer. So if there is any unsecured loan means you haven't given any collateral for that loan. So the payment or the interest on that unsecured loan is comparatively higher as compared to the interest which is given on those loans which are secured, right? So if we talk about the interest, interest is actually what? Interest, very simple, the use. Interest is actually the payment which is made by the borrower for the use of that money. Interest involves three things. First of all, the risk you are taking while giving the loan, right? The interest is the payment for that. Second, interest is the payment for the trouble involved. Third, interest is the payment. If the interest is pure money or the pure form of interest that is paid for the use of money. Clear? So if there is an unsecured loan, you all know, because that unsecured loan don't have any collateral. So unsecured loans have always high interest of rate, whereas secured loan has always low rate of interest. Clear? Next, if we talk about the next thing, very important, classical rate of interest, classical theory of rate of interest. So if we talk about this theory, this is also known as demand and supply theory. This is known as demand and supply theory, and it was developed by economists like Marshall, Fisher, and Pigou. According to this theory, rate of interest is determined by the equilibrium of demand and supply of saving. Now, what is demand of saving and what is supply of saving? First of all, you need to understand that. And after that, equilibrium of demand and supply of saving, then it is known as the rate of interest. Okay. When we are talking about two things, demand of the savings and supply of the saving. So there are different corporates, government, industrialists who want to start some projects, right? So they are in need of money, yes or no? So if there are industrialists, there are some big firms, okay, government, even government, they want to start some new project. They want to have money. So they are demanding money from the public. So this money is actually what? This money is actually the saving that they are demanded. Yes or no? So they are demanding actually the savings of the people. Okay. And there are different people, public, we and you, we normal people who have some savings and who want to invest our saving. So we as an individual are the sources of supply of the saving for the demand of the saving. So if an industry is going for initial public offering, means they are actually just earning, or they want money from the public for starting of certain business, right? So they are demanding the savings of the individual. Okay. And we as an individual are actually giving them the saving. So when they are demanding and we are providing the supply of the saving, so we will receive interest for that. So the rate of interest is determined how? The rate of interest is actually determined when the supply of saving and demand of saving. The demand of the saving is met by the supply of the saving. Then this equilibrium position give you the rate of interest. The classical economist says that interest is the price paid for the supply of saving to meet the demand for investment. So interest is what? Interest is actually the price which is paid for the supply of savings. Okay. So if I am providing the supply of saving for meeting the demand of that saving, so interest is paid to me. So interest is purely the price which is paid to the individual for the supply of saving for meeting the demand of the saving. This theory explains that the determination of interest rate by analyzing the real factors like saving and investment. This is also known as the capital theory of interest, or the saving investment theory, or the real rate of theory, right? If we talk about the demand for saving, so I have explained you already what are demands for saving. So demand for saving comes from the investors for investment in business activities. So there are some investors who want to invest in business activities. Demand for savings come from that. The demand for investment is high when the capital as a factor of production give high return. Obviously, when the capital of production, when there are factors of production which give you a higher return, if that investment opportunity is luring you enough, right, they are giving you more and more return, then obviously the demand for investments is high when the capital as a factor of production giving high return. The demand for capital or investment demand is determined by the productivity of the capital, rate of return on one hand, and the rate of interest or the cost on the other hand. So there are different factors which actually determine the demand for capital. First, there is the productivity of the capital, the return on investment. So if there is a firm who want to invest some money in the any project, so what are the return they are getting? First of all, the demand of saving depends upon that. Second, it depends upon the rate of interest. Okay. However, the marginal productivity keeps decreasing with more and more doses of the investments in the business entrepreneur as per the law of diminishing marginal return. So law of diminishing marginal return says that marginal productivity means what? The productivity which you are getting from investing one more capital in that project. So the law of diminishing marginal return says that the marginal productivity, the extra productivity from getting from employing one extra capital decreases when you are more and more investing in that business entrepreneur. So this is the demand for saving. Now the supply for saving. Now, what is the supply for saving? The supply for saving is determined by the savings, which are determined by the range of psychological, economical, institutional element. Savings depends upon various factors. You all know that we are saving. It depends upon different factors. And what are these factors? First of all, the capital to save, the willingness to save, the income level. Okay, so these are some of the things in which the supply of savings depends, right? So there is a demand for saving, there is a supply for saving. And when these two interact, equilibrium, the equilibrium between the supply and the demand, then this gives rise to the rate of interest. So for particular level of income, the supply of saving increases with the increase. The supply of saving increases with the increase in the rate of return. But this increase in the rate of return decrease with the demand of saving by the borrower. This is very easy concept to understand. See, when the supply of saving is concerned, supply of saving increases when there is a high rate of return or when there is a high rate of interest. So this is, you can't just judge it according to the law of supply. You can judge it according to the law of supply. I have told you what is law of supply, that a supplier is willing to sell more and more product at a higher price. Yes or no? Whereas a buyer is willing to buy less product at higher prices, it is according to the law of demand. The same thing applies here. The same thing. It is saying that, see, supply of saving is more and more when there is high rate of return. Okay, we are willing to supply more and more, we are willing to invest more and more because the rate of return is high. Okay, but at the same time, when the rate of return is high, the demand of that saving decreases. Why? Because their law of demand apply. Why? Because the investors have to give more returns, right? So they will make sure that we have to borrow less so that we can just give less return on this investment, right? So supply of saving will increase at a higher rate of interest, but this in turn will reduce the demand for saving, and that's why there should be an equilibrium point between the demand and supply of saving, and this equilibrium point is actually giving rise to the rate of interest. This actually giving rise to what? To the rate of interest. Clear? This is clear to everyone? Yes or no? Guys, please answer. This is clear to everyone? Okay, now there are various criticism to the classical theory of rate of interest. This what I have explained. There are different criticism for this theory, and the criticism is actually done by the Keynes. Keynes questioned this classical rate of theory of interest on different grounds. Now here Keynes says that the interest is not a reward for saving. Keynes says that interest is not a reward for saving. It is actually a monetary phenomena, and the rate of interest is actually a reward for partying with liquidity. Partying with liquidity means you are saving with yourself. This will not give you interest. You are saving in your bank account. You are saving in your home. This will not give you interest. Interest is not a reward for saving, rather than it is a monetary phenomena. Means Keynes is saying that interest is actually paid to you when you part away from your saving. Interest is actually paid to you when you are part away with your saving. So for earning interest, first you have to give your saving. First you have to supply your saving. right? So Keynes objected the classical theory that saving and investments are interest elastic. Keynes says that saving and investments are not interest elastic. He stated that in actual, investment is more dependent upon marginal efficiency of capital and future expectation rather than on interest rate, particularly during times of economic slowdown. Savings too rarely are interest elastic. So according to the Keynes, Keynes is saying that no, the savings and investments are not interest elastic. Means Keynes says that no, because of the high interest, you are not saving. Because of the high investments, you are not saving. These are not dependent upon the interest or investment. These are either dependent upon the efficiency of capital and future expectation. Your saving depends upon your future expectation rather than on the interest you are receiving for parting away that supply. Okay, so this is the Keynes theory. Keynes says that first of all, it is not a reward for saving interest. Interest is actually a reward for parting with the saving. Second, Keynes says that see, interest, if we talk about the investments and if we talk about the saving, these are not interest elastic. You are not saving or investing because you are receiving the interest in return. No, your saving depends more on your future expectation rather than only dependent upon the investments or saving. Okay, so they are rarely interest elastic. Means the cases means saying they are not completely interest elastic. They are saying that it is rarely. Yes, is affected by, yes, it is affected by interest. Saving is affected by interest, but very rarely. The savings are depends more upon the efficiency of capital and your future expectation than on interest rate. Okay. Now, Keynes liquidity preference theory. Now, Keynes liquidity preference theory, this was explained in the book, The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money. J.M. Keynes give a new view to the interest, and this is known as the liquidity preference theory. Now, in this, the demand for money is a two asset economy. In this book, in Keynes explained that the demand of money in a two asset economy. In order to explain the demand of money and the interest determination, Keynes assume simplified economy where two assets which the people can keep in their portfolio. And the two assets are first, money in the form of currency and current deposit in the bank, which earns no interest, plus long term bonds. Okay, so these are the two type of assets which the people keep with themselves. Now it is very important to note that the rate of interest in the bond price are inversely related. Very important, the rate of interest and the bond price are inversely related. Now for explaining this, I am giving you a very simple thing. What is bond? First of all, bond is a type of investment in which you are investing money and you are receiving a interest regularly on a yearly or quarterly basis, which is known as the coupon rate. So if you are investing in a bond, it means that you are giving the money, okay, to the borrower. Okay, now this money is utilized by that industrialist or government in their what project. And for keeping this money till the maturity period, that firm or that government or that industrialist is giving you a rate of return yearly or quarterly basis, which is known as the coupon rate. Okay, and after a particular time of maturity, after a particular time period, you will get the complete return of the money with whatever the rate of return there, right? So first, in bond there is a rate of interest, and in bond there is a coupon rate. Coupon rate is actually the rate which is fixed, means which you receive for holding your bond till the maturity, right? And what is interest rate? Interest rate or yield refers to current market rate earned by the investor for purchasing the bond at its current market price. So see, now the Keynes is saying that there is an inverse relationship between market interest rate and the bond price. How? See, when there is a coupon rate, for example, you have a bond and it is giving you a rate of return, a coupon rate of 5% annually, right? Now, a new bond introduced in the market which has the same face value, okay, same maturity time period, and it will give you 6% market interest rate. Now the market interest rate raised to 6%. It means that overall bond will give you 6% return, means more return than present coupon rate, right? Now, obviously, if you want to invest in that bond, you will be attracted more towards the higher rate of return, that is 6%, which is the current market interest rate, which is higher. Okay, so as the market interest rate increases, the new bond become more attractive, and all the investors will be attracted towards that bond. Yes, but now your bond is in the market and it is giving you the less coupon rate or less return. So for making your bond attractive, you do what? You reduce the face value of your bond. Now, if you want to purchase this bond, you will have to give less money, you will get less return, right? And new bond, you have to purchase it at a higher price and it will give you a higher return. Now both are attractive. So as the market rate interest increases, to make your bond more attractive, the value of the bond decreases. The value of the bond decreases. And as the market rate decreases, the value of the bond increases. Okay, so this is the what inverse relationship according to the Keynes, right? Now, I hope that you have all understood this chapter completely. Okay, now if you want to learn this chapter in a complete detail, you can just buy the JIP Super Elite all-in-one subscription, in which you will get the access of all these batches, right? So these are the all batches for which you are or you are getting under JIP Super Elite all-in-one subscription. There is a foundation batch, DPF selection batch. There is a foundation 2.0 batch, master batch for IEIFS in both medium, English and bilingual, RBWM batch. There is FM batch and many more batches to come. Like we are going to start the crackers batch, the practice batch. Okay, after we end that foundation batch. So till the examination we are going to start lot of batches, and these lot of batches will be given to you under one roof if you are going to buy the JIP Super Elite all in one subscription. See, all you have to buy this subscription and you will get access of all these batches in both the medium. And currently there is a flat 48% off that is running on the JIP Super Elite all in one subscription. So if you are going to use this code FEST, FEST, if you are going to use this code FEST, you will get a flat 48% off on the JIP Super Elite all-in-one subscription, right? So kindly go and get the benefit of this batch, okay? And thank you so much. I hope that you have all enjoyed this session. If you have enjoyed this session, just please like and share the video to the maximum you can. And if you haven't subscribed this channel yet, guys, it's a request from my side that please subscribe this channel and press the bell notification icon. So if you are pressing the bell notification icon, you will get the update of each and every batch, each and every class that is starting or scheduled in this complete class, right? So thank you so much. I hope that you have all enjoyed this session. Till then, take care. Meet you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye bye, guys. Bye, everyone. Take care. Bye, guys.